What's up, everybody? Listen, I'm about to do a review of Cam Newton, Gillie Da Kid, going after it, Nightcap, Shannon Sharp, Ocho Cinco. Listen, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let's get into it.
Guys, just when you thought Cam and RC beef was dead, Gillie Da Kid, hold my beer. Let's take a listen to what Gillie had to say in response to Cam criticism of Jalen Hurts.
Good day, Cam Newton. I seen you came at me because I said Jalen Hurts did what you couldn't do. That was win a Super Bowl. So you want to get all in your feelings. Man, shut your tight jean wearing ass up, man. You had on a jersey with a bow tie, you corny ass. Get out of here. You will never be able to with Jalen Hurts. You super goofy, corny ass. Get out of here. You what you do? You won MVP, won a Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl MVP. And you hating on him. Because he did what you couldn't do. Win a Super Bowl. And he been to two of them. So when you hating on him, just know you wasn't better than him. You talk about, can you name one of my albums? You ain't got to be able to name one of my albums. Wrong with you. You in my space. You ain't bigger than me in this space. You a low-ass boy in this space. You low-ass boy. I could come sign you.
Damn. Damn. Hey. That's personal. Man, look, anybody ever met Gillie?
I can't take Gillie serious, bro. I think Gillie is a goofy. I think he's a weenie. And honestly, I'm Team Cam because what he's saying is legit. I mean, I don't think Jalen Hurts is that good either. For real. He can't put a team on his back. Yes, he's a great leader of men that can get the job done. I give him that. But Saquon, they wouldn't have won it without him. They wouldn't have won it without A.J. Brown. Like, Saquon put that team on his back. That's why he's the best running back in the NFL. Let's continue.
Besides me? Anybody ever met Gillie besides me?
Yeah,
I met him.
I know Gillie. We done played basketball together.
He got that energy all the time.
Yeah. He took that personal.
Let me ask you, what y'all think about this, Ocho? What y'all think about Gillie? Cam, we saw RC's response to Cam.
Mm.
We saw Gillie's response to Cam.
Yeah.
And we've already, Joe, you weren't here. What's your response? I'm gonna start with you first, Joe. Joe, what's your take on Gillie's response to Cam?
I just thought it was too personal of a shot because we can talk trash back and forth. You know, it can be a good sparring session, but I just think when it get personal, bro, I think it kind of draws the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if he took it personal when Cam said something about him dropping an album, and I think it just kind of no holds bars. He just went he went berserk after that.
Yeah.
What you think, Ocho?
But listen, you got to understand that, coach, you already know what time it is. You know? The eye meets the eye. You say the wrong thing, I'm going to say the wrong thing. You say the right thing, I'm going to say the right thing. Respect is earned, it's not given. Therefore, when you take shots, you expect the other individual.
Something coming back.
Something is coming back. That's the space that we live in. Cam, he's not going to back down. Gillie, we've known Gillie for a very long time, and what he does, he's not going to back down. If you say something, he gonna say something back. You say something to Cam, he gonna say something back. Ryan, I'm sure probably at some point he gonna respond. I'm assuming so, or maybe not, because I'm assuming Ryan and Cam will probably have to see each other at some point, you know, on ESPN. But still, that's just one topic. It won't cause any feud in the work environment. Other than that, listen, it's entertainment. At the end of the day, nothing will probably happen outside of those mics and in that space of podcasting. So I think, listen. It's a good jabbing war. It's a good jabbing war. May the best man win in that situation.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I hate when it gets personal. I hate when Cam was a quarterback. Obviously, his influence is going to be different than any other player on the field. Regardless where round was drafted, regardless of how many Pro Bowls, there's not any quarterback that's worth anything is going to have more value basically than anybody else. Cam was an MVP. Cam was a multiple-time Pro Bowl player. Yeah, Cam won the Heisman. His accolades speak for themselves. We don't need to go off and list them. And for me, if Cam had just stuck, like, look, this is what I'm saying. It's hard for me to evaluate Jalen Hurts when he has so much talent around. I'm not saying that he's not talented, but it's easier for me to evaluate someone when they don't have as much talent, when they don't just have to turn around and hand the ball off and have Saquon hit his head on the goalpost from 80. Or he has these two receivers that's Pro Bowl receivers, or an offensive line that's as
Keep talking that talk. You right, bro.
that's ever been assembled.
Hey, Unc is right, y'all. I mean, it's hard to really value Jalen Hurts when you got all that talent. It really is. It's extremely hard.
Match the energy in.
Right.
Keep Ryan's accolades out of it. Ryan, keep Cam whether he did or did not jump on that football. Okay, we know that. We know Cam didn't jump on the football, and he said it. If he could go back and do anything different in his playing career, that's the one thing that he would have done. So if we want to evaluate a player, evaluate the player. Say, all right, this is why. This is why. Everybody's not going to like your opinion.
Right.
Because if you can try to appease everybody, Ocho.
Yeah.
And the one person that's going to be very disappointed and upset is you.
Yeah.
Because when you try to appease everybody, the only person that's hurting and disappointed is you.
Yeah, you can't please everybody. You can't.
Nor should you attempt to.
Nah. Hell nah.
Gillie, Gillie, my guy. I love Gillie. I love Wallow. You know, I talk to them brothers, and they good people.
Yeah.
They really are. Gillie take things like to the Eagles, and I've been in a very similar situation one time before, and it's probably one of the times that I regret something that somebody says something about a team or a player that you like, and then you take it personal. You take personal shots at them, and then you have to realize, okay, that man's entitled to his opinion.
Right.
That's his opinion. Just because you feel passionate about this as a pro, and he feels passionate about this as a negative, it doesn't make you more right than him. It doesn't make him more right than you. That's his opinion.
Right.
I agree with you, Joe. I think when Cam well, hey, bro, I can't name not one of your albums.
I think that's why all gloves went out for Gillie.
Gillie well, bro, whoa.
Right.
That's why he said, you not bigger than me in this.
Right. And that's when it started to get real personal. You could tell.
Yeah. I hate that.
But we know it's gonna be some back and forth, man.
Jalen Hurts is a very polarizing figure because it's not like every other year. I mean, think about it. We had Doug Williams.
Yeah.
And then we had a big lull. So we got 87, and then we had to go all the way to 2012 before we got another. So we had to go almost 3 decades before we got another black to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
As the quarterback. And then we got Mahomes, and now we got Jalen Hurts. So it's not like it's just littered. And so now it's like, and I think maybe RC and maybe Gillie feel like, man, they being unfairly criticized. Because, excuse me, when Tom won his first Super Bowl, they applauded him. And he threw for $142.
Yeah.
But we're trying to find ways. But when you're an analyst, when your job is to critique and analyze, the only thing I will say about this, and
Shannon got a point there. That is very true. I like the other side because it's not a lot of black quarterbacks that's won the Super Bowl. And when Tom did win it, no one ever really questioned him or tried to put him down.
And this is what I always, never went to journalism school. I didn't go to Syracuse. I didn't go to Missouri. I didn't go to any one of these fancy journalism schools. Right. But this is what I do know. Never become part of the story. You see now, Cam, Ryan are part of the Jalen Hurts story. This should be about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
but they become a part of the story. You stay away from the story. You talk about it, you critique, you analyze, but you don't become a part of it.
But the critiquing and the analyzation is why they're part of the Jalen Hurts story, though.
No, you can do that. But see, now we're not talking about them. We're talking about what Cam and RC going back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Cam and Gillie Da Kid going back and forth.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
they gonna squash that. That ain't nothing. That's all talk. They're gonna squash it. It's not going anywhere outside of the space in which we're doing right now, and that's podcasting. So that's a good thing.